was because I became a voice teacher, and it was a way I forced myself to practice. Because when I'm teaching, as you all know, because I've taught all of you, I have to practice because I'm demonstrating the exercises and I'm doing it many times. None of you have that luxury. And one of the things we're going to talk about class today, in this class today, is the luxury of structure. And there are different types of structures. There's like the structure that is imposed from the outside. Like when we were in school, we got a schedule and we were expected to attend to everything. And if we didn't, there were negative consequences. You could get like a failing grade or a passing grade or a so-so grade. And if you had an ambition to achieve something, and if you wanted to not get negative consequences, you would do it out of obligation. And I think now in our stages where we all are, which we're not in school, I don't think any of us anymore. We have to do things not out of obligation or because it's being expected of us from a structure or like an authority figure or our parents. It's something that we're going to do for ourselves. And the reason I think why it's difficult to manage our time now is because if we don't manage it well, and if we like skip practicing, or if we don't do this or don't do that, the consequences aren't that negative. It's not like you fail a class or you don't get a paycheck or you get fired. It's just, okay, so you slept in, or okay, you slept 2 hours, whatever. So what? And 2 hours extra, like who cares? No one's gonna fail you or punish you, or there's not going to be a negative consequence. Or if you, I don't know, skip the laundry or skip the gym or skip whatever, like the only consequence you'll have is what we're going to talk about for a while is you might feel guilty and ashamed, and then you might like want to protect yourself from that shame, and you'll deal with that either by like putting on a fake happiness persona where people call you and you're like, yay, I'm doing great, everything's fine, but like secretly you're feeling like I'm a fraud because I didn't like do the thing I said I was going to do. So the only consequence now is that we feel guilt and we feel shame and we feel embarrassment. And that's not apparently enough for a human being to stop doing something. It's like the consequence has to be you're going to fail this class. You're going to get fired. You're going to get like publicly humiliated. But when we don't do something, the only consequence is like you're going to feel a little bit embarrassed. But we know how to deal with that. When we feel embarrassed, we like, I don't know, eat more or watch TV or do something. Is that making sense? Is that clear enough? It sounds like it is. Everybody's going like this. I find it interesting that no one taught me this. No one said to me anything. And for the most of my life, for most of my entire life, I didn't even know I was doing things to like prove something to somebody or to get on somebody's good side or to not be seen in a negative light by somebody else. And no one taught me that there's someone called me that I also want to prove things to, and I also want to like get on his good side, because when I don't, I tend to get anxious, sad, and depressed because and feel lost in life and like I have no sense of direction. So it's really hard because now all of us here, the four of us, are in a stage in our lives where we have to create our own structure. And the hardest thing about creating it and maintaining it is that we're trying to do it by ourselves. So we don't have like an accountability network. So I hope that by the time we're done with this class today, I can get each of you to commit to something for 30 days. And I'm going to give you all my number, which I think you all have. And then every day you'll commit to doing one thing for yourself. And then you'll text me just whether you did it or not. Like, so I did it or I didn't do it. And I'll just like text you like a thumbs up or something. Um, because it seems like the only way that we will do something is if we tell somebody else we're going to do it. And then if we feel like we're gonna have to tell them I didn't do it, and we're gonna be kind of embarrassed. It seems like if it's just us, we will just endlessly put things off.